Welcome to JenPenCreations. I'm Jen. Today, I want to talk about culture. Now, I know that that's very, very broad, but I am kind of talking about the broadness of culture and how most of us alive today, actually I think all of us alive today, was born and lived through a monoculture era in humanity. And I want to talk about the fact that we are now splitting into multicultural era and what that means and how I feel about that and how you feel about that. So stay with me and I'll get right to it. Multiculture versus monoculture. That is really what I'm talking about today. Humans have been on this planet for a very long time. The oldest human remains we found, I think, were in Morocco from 315,000 years ago, something like that. So humans have been here for a long time, and ever since that time, we've been in like separate tribes all over the place. And I mean, we've found human remains everywhere. There are human remains from 200,000 years ago in East Africa, and these 300,000-year-old remains in Morocco. We found them everywhere, which means humans have been here for a long time, and we've kind of stayed a little segregated into our separate tribes, you know? And basically had this giant world multicultural thing going on. Everybody had their own culture, everybody had their own thing. And I mean, in a lot of instances, that's still true. I mean, the culture of the United States still shocks some countries, you know? So I get that. And sometimes, I mean, Americans are shocked by culture in other countries too. However, there is a whole type of shift that happened around the time that people were forming like cities and countries, and we were all these different countries were forming treaties and stuff, and we started television and communications and all of this stuff. And for a moment in our human existence, humans were linked together in this monoculture. What was considered a celebrity, if I knew of somebody, you most likely also knew who that person was. Trends and stuff, yeah, they moved across the globe or across the United States or whatever in different times, but everybody in the 1970s knew what bell bottoms were. Everyone who watched television knew who Dick Van Dyke was. Everybody did. It wasn't like, oh, well, he's a celebrity to some people because only certain people appeal to his humor or whatever. No, everybody knew who he was. It didn't matter whether you liked his movies or his humor or his shows at all. You knew who he was. And it was like that for a long time. It seemed like a long time for us because we were all born into that. It was like that when we were born. I mean, I was born in the early 80s and monoculture was huge. Everybody knew celebrities. Like by the time I was in high school, everybody knew who Johnny Depp was. He was a celebrity, right? If you listened to mainstream radio, you knew who Nirvana was. Like, in the 90s, everybody did. It didn't matter what you listened to, you knew who they were. It was all this big monoculture. Now that the internet is very prevalent and people have these little sub-genres and sub-places they could go to listen to their particular type of music, watch their particular favorite type of movies, our society is starting to move into multiculture again. It's like, although we all live around each other and we all have communication, we all have the same internet, we're all looking at different stuff on that internet. We're all watching different movies on our movie streaming channels. We're all doing different things, listening to different types of music and stuff. And I find that awesome. I think that it's absolutely fantastic that we have this giant... What am I trying to say? It's like now we have all of these different choices to choose from. And everybody's different. That's how we were created, right? Like, we are all different. We're all unique. We all enjoy different types of stuff. And now that we're not in this weird monoculture thing, we can start enjoying just different weird stuff than everybody else. We are now at a point where celebrityism isn't the same as it used to be. Like, yeah, most of us still know who Johnny Depp is. However, I watch a whole lot of YouTube. Pretty sure you watch YouTube quite a bit. I mean, you found me. So, I mean... I watch a whole lot of YouTube, and I know that on my For You news page, channel, whatever, that I scroll through to find what might interest me and I might want to watch that morning or whatever, is just full of a lot of the people I watch all the time. And some of these creators have like millions of subscribers. And let's say I watched one of their videos and we're talking about it, and then I mention who that person is, and you're watching my video going, I don't know who that is. They have millions of subscribers, but that's the way celebrityism is these days. Millions of people can know who this one person is, but not everybody knows who this person is. You could watch and mention that person to me, like in a comment or something, and I have no idea who they are, and I have to look him up. And a lot of times I'll watch, because I like watching YouTube. So send me suggestions if you think that I'd like someone to watch. Send me some suggestions. I'll watch them. Maybe I'll do reactions or something. I don't know. I've thought about it. Haven't really gone down that road. Let me know if you think that it might be interesting. I don't know. But I've been thinking a whole lot about this. And I've been thinking a lot about how I feel about it. I did a video. I did an opinion video about generations versus decades. And I am a monoculture kind of person. I realize that, but I think it could be more psychological than that. Like, it could just be my comfort zone, because that's what I was born into, was monoculture. And that's what most of us were born into, is monoculture. And a lot of these younger generations are embracing this multicultural awesomeness that's upon us right now, because the internet has made it to where we have those niches we can go into and watch and be a part of, and not have to worry about being a part of things that we don't care to see or aren't interested in. You know, the viewing numbers for the Super Bowl this year were like record low. Because people don't have to watch the Super Bowl anymore. It's not the only fucking thing on television that night. Shit, I forgot the Super Bowl was even on. I didn't even know it was going on that Sunday. And I just did something else. I'm pretty sure me and my boyfriend were watching some survival show or something. We didn't care that the Super Bowl was on. A lot of people don't care that the Super Bowl's on. I mean, yes, there's a lot of sports fans out there that do care that the Super Bowl's on. They're super diehard sports fans. They're going to watch the Super Bowl every single year, no matter what. And that's cool. That's cool. That's what that's for. It's for the diehard fans of the people who love the sport. Why should people who don't care about the sport be forced to watch it? Oh, because it was the only thing on 4 channels. I mean, that's why the numbers are record lows now, is because multiculture. But how do we feel about that? I have had a little bit of time to sit and think about it and ponder it. And I've been thinking, because after doing that video about generations and decades, I really do love the idea of monoculture. I do. I love it. Because monoculture brings people together. To me, multiculture makes people fall apart. However, there is another side to that. Multiculture can bring people together if people have open minds. So I've been thinking a lot about it. And while I am fearful of losing monoculture because it is my comfort zone, it is what I feel brings us together at the dinner table. What we talk about. Tonight's sitcom that everybody's going to be watching on TV. Everybody is going to be watching it. Because it's the only thing on everybody's TV across the nation. That's just a comfort zone. Honestly, if we embrace the multiculture, which I have a lot of work to do there, but I think that I can. I think I am capable and able to embrace multiculture. If we can embrace it and open our minds to the idea of maybe watching a kind of show that we normally wouldn't watch, but somebody else who we really like or we really love watches this other type of stuff, maybe we could open our minds to it and watch it too. It might be good. And I think that I need to be a little bit more open to this multiculture experience that we're moving back into as human society. I'm kind of excited about it. Listening to new types of music that I normally don't listen to, really, I have a playlist that's called My Faves. It's the only playlist I listen to other than the other playlist I have called Just for My Kiddos, which is a kids playlist I made for the grandkids. When I'm hauling them around in the car, we get to listen to the kiddos playlist, and some of those songs are in My Faves playlist. I mean, who doesn't like the Purple People Eater? That song can come up any day of the week and I will jam to it in my car. I like it. So I'm willing to open myself up to listening to other types of music and other different genres of music and watching different types of shows and stuff. That's a first step in accepting the idea of multiculture. And when we start embracing other people's likes, cultural likes and stuff, if we start embracing that, you are not shutting people out or breaking people apart, or it's not what I feared it would be. I don't know if you know what I mean, but let me know how you feel about this down in the comments. Just let me know how you feel. I feel kind of torn about it. I am very, very set, and I really am in my comfort zone with monoculture, and I really do love it, and I feel like it brings people together. Multiculture, I have always felt like it just breaks people apart and crumbles people apart because it just segregates people into separate groups and doesn't bring us together. But maybe it can bring us together if we're willing to open ourselves up to exploring the multiculture universe. You know, explore all these different cultures and see what you like and what you don't like. Let me know if you're going to be working on it like I know I have to be. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm really, really glad that you've stuck with me this long. Go out today. Do something amazing for you. Go listen to a different type of music. Ask your kid or your grandkid what they listen to, and maybe It might be interesting. You might like it. Hey, it might have a good beat to it. Just saying. Do something for them. They'll enjoy it. Have a wonderful, amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.